I must clear my rugs. I have a phlegm. Right, Myro. You mischievous monkey, you. Shall we? We shall. Gather your chi, for it is 3. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting fucking goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. It's fucking goo. Painting me, painting you. Sip, sip. Oh, glorious Java. Painting goo. Gather your fucking chi because it's 3. Painting goo goo goo. Oh, my spine knows it's time for the goo. Ugh. Painting goo goo goo. It's painting fucking goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. It's fucking goo. Painting me, painting you. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Alright, Myro. You petrified primate, you. Remind these 30 mortals the meaning of beauty and honor. Painting goo. 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 Painting goo. Ah! 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 Too much sake. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Goo 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 goo. Oh, bring it home, Myro. Do it for the Japanites. It's painting goo. Painting goo. Oh, it's so beautiful. Every timer this monkey plays the piano, I weep all over my kimono. It's so beautiful. Right, enough of that shit. Pay the monkey. Place a tip in his bowl for bringing you beauty. Because I do not tip him. I own him. Welcome to Paintingu, with I, Defenderu, demigod of Paintingu, your glorious host. Today, the brightly shining right of heaven, shines brightly upon PEINTEINGU. Indeed, it is somewhat oppressive, but it is at least allowing for excellent color profiles on the PEINTEINGU streamu. I am satisfied. We have good frame rates, excellent audio, and now nice, clear pictures. Of course, Tobias's beak is yet again obstructed. Tobias, my feathery friend, come into frame. There we go. Ah. Speaking of Tobias. You filthy mortals! I must cleanse your chi. I send cleansing vibrations through the interwebs to cleanse your filthy mortal chi, to knock loose the rust of your slumber, and to re-engage the engines of the mortar spirit. You must move your chi. My shoulders are still stiff. Speaking of stiffness, how's the stool today? Excuse me, whilst I descend into proper PEINTEINGU posture. This mica is offending me. Right, hold. Right. The stool is stiff today. Ah, glorious. I am now in proper PEINTEINGU posture. You can now observe my froppy topnatu. My anti-oni froppy topnatu. It fends off any demons who attempt to interrupt the goo. Unfortunately, it does not work on advertisements. So, my glorious gentlemen, ladies of the goo, Japanites, if you will, my beloved Japanites, we return on this fine Tuesday to Anguilla in the Caribbean. Pardon me. I do not want a middle part topnatu. It was quite weird looking. I prefer a fringe knot. It is more stylish. I digress. We have a shipwreck to paint on this beach. This fine frat beach. Sandy beach. A shipwreck must be glued into place. So, without any further ado, on this fine Tuesday, I shall engage the tunage and whisk you away on an adventure to Anguilla in the Caribbean, where we shall observe a shipwreck. A funny shipwreck. I am remembering what I am to put on the side of the ship in terms of wordage. It shall be hilarious. Right, where's my tunages? Ah! Tune. Ah. Today is not Monday, nor is it Thursday. It is Tuesday. That means synth shit. Poppy upbeat synth shit. Ah, I love it. Right. I rode the parrot with the goo. I place my royal rag upon my demi-divine knee in preparation for the goo. I grab my bitches and I get them wet. This bitch. I then beat the bitch to remove excess agua. Those who are wrong time patrons of the goo will know that proper bitch care is of paramount importance here on PEINTEINGU. Higher. Right. Let's make some rusty colors. A shipwreck. Must be good. Ah, the glorious red goo. It's beautiful. Right, some red! Some red goo. But a good bit. A good dabbing. As we rode this pirate. Arow the tunes! To engage your chiefro! A hearty flow of chi is very important. If your chi's not flowing, you're probably gay. Right. Where's my yarrow? Staburo-sama shall be very happy. I am making browner immediately. Get some yarrow. Painting goo, 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 goo. Right. Remember to keep your bitches wet and beat them regularly so they remain nice and soft and ready for the goo. Ah, Staburo-sama, maxed out barrel, welcome to Painting Goo. As the people fire in for the goo, I welcome you all to another glorious episode of Painting Goo. Some whiter to prepare the area for the shipwreck. Painting goo, 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 goo. Tis indeed a beautiful day for painting goo. Sip. Ah, there is no finer sip sip. How are you, Boris? Are you well? Painting goo goo. Right! Somebody's crashed a ship! Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Shipwreck goo goo. Doo 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 doo. Ba-doo-doo-doo. Painting goo goo. Riker, sharer, and subscriber, or join me in shame. 33 rashes for my rateness. Ah, brother Staburo-sama, you are forever in purgatory. Consistently punishing yourself. Tis the only way you can regain your honor. Your steadfastness to frogging yourself brings you some honor. Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. My Ritter Mister isn't working. Giggity. Where's my big one? Where's my big mister? A moment! Defender ass! Ugh. Right. I should also, yes. Right. A testament to how much off-stream paintingu I have been performing of late. My stresses and lack of sleep. I have attempted to create a gift for Big Beru. And in my haste and lack of sleep, I made a mistake. Mistakes were made. The female pointed this out to me, and we had a good chucker. Behold! Noble Saggage! I'm gonna fix it later, obviously. But I like... How the fuck did I manage that one? And instead of Noble Savage, Noble Saggage. I didn't even notice until the female pointed it out. Oh, I'm such a retard. But anyway, apart from the spelling mistakes, I am satisfied with this. I think it's cool, funky. It's very me. So, I hope he likes it, once I fix it. Nobles! Saggish! When the female pointed it out to me, that I had spared Savage, Saggage, I was reminded of the fact that during the shooting of this particular stand-up, Big Beru was quite fat and saggy. So there was a small part of me that was like, fuck it, I'm not fixing it. But I will fix it. I will fix it, and I will send it to him. Hilarious. Right. Let's make some rust. I know! Noble Saggage! I might paint another one where the bear's all fat and like has gravy coming down his fucking like what would be the bear's beard, like and like call it Noble Saggage. Oh god. I'm such a... I think that's why me and Juju the Q Bear get along so well, is we have the same kind of like etheric, erratic, impulsive energy, like, and it's fucking, man, you can probably see it in my eyes today. I'm exhausted. Like, went to sleep at like 1 or 2, woke up at 6:30, and I've just been like blasting the whole morning. Like, went grocery shopping, fucking did I did a turtle. Oh fuck it! I'll just show it. Like, getting sidetracked, but I don't care. Why? Because it's my streamer. Right. So some of you are aware that I have been designing tactical turtles. So I'm on the last one of the group at the moment, and I like the way he looks. I like the armor. He's mean looking. He's cool looking. However, the shell is too high. I wanted to be a bit like lower. Looks like it's too high off his back. Even though I know he's leaning forward, he's supposed to be like that, but still. So even though this is like the 8th, I think 8th or 9th iteration of the fucking heavy, it's so fucking typical that I've got one turtle left to do before I'm gonna put them all on the t-shirt or do individual t-shirts or whatever I'm gonna do with them. And it's taken me weeks to fucking get that one right, like, and I'm still not satisfied with it, like, you know. But it is what it is. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. I mustn't force things. Oh, gross! Right. Sidetrack out of the way. Ah! Grifu! Emmanuelu! Ah, may I miss you! Welcome to painting. Right. Get the bitch wet. Beat it. Wipe it. Right. Just a small squirt. A small squirt. Right. Okay. I need to remember to reeve a space A for the name A of the boat A. But other than that, let's get this show on the road and paint a shipwreck. The Queen's teats. I sure give that more time to dry and make some fruffy crowds. This middle parting of my froppy topknotu is vexing me. I much prefer it when it's just all front. It's just like... Perhaps it is time to trim the knot. Oh. It's assaulting me. Right, come here to me, you bitch. My hara is in the goo. Shit. Right, make some rust color. Ah, my favorite partu is glorious, is beautiful. Mm-hmm. You have a cold, Emmanuel. Ah, is that time of year? Drink much orange juice. Painting. Why am I making grey? Fuck! I said I was going to paint fluffy crowds. I'm so tired! I'm being distracted by my own shit. Painting. I need more whiter, like Europe. There we go. Some fluffy crowds. Painting goo goo. Do 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 do. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Rust is sinful. No rusting after the females. Not rust. Rust! Metal rust! Not female rust! Man, Japu would fucking get you in trouble real quick. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Ah, a runku! Welcome to painting. Three fluffy crowds. 4 is better. Me no Riker Trinities. Fuck triangles. Squares are where it's at. Oh, glorious Java. Alright, let's get some grey on this bitch. There shall be many rares on this shipwrecker. Rare upon rare, I shall build it to make it appear as if it once was, but now is. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. I have a separation point here. The crack. Somebody say crack? I can't help it, I'm Irish. I thought you were Japanese. Half? I am a half Japanese, half Irish. Half demigod. Shall be a glorious shipwreck. Lots of rust. Lots of hers. Big, huge horse. Painting goo goo goo. Right. I am stretching you, my 100% Japanese muscles, ready to samurai my way into Inktoberu. Ah, excellent. Excellent. Stretching you, very important. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Oh, glorious Gepu! Excellent. Within minutes, you can already see it. Slowly but surely. You shall witness the glory of PEINTEINGU. First word today is backpack. Backpacker! Backpaku! Backpaku topimashita. God only knows what I'm saying. I did like an hour-long Japanese lesson. Like, all I know right now is kasu. Sorry. What was it? What was the thing I learned? Watashi wa hot dog o topimashita. It's like, I want a hot dog or something. I want to eat a hot dog. Watashi wa hot dog. I fucking love Japanese. The only thing better than Japanese is Japanese try to speak English. Hello, my name Risa. I am here to teach you English and Japanese. Oh, it's hilarious. Baku Paku. Oh, what was the thing? I got sent a letter actually. Juju sent me the money for that doodle I did for her, and she sent me a pop-up letter with a, is it usubuki? The mask that's kind of like, it's got that big like side lip on it, like. I think it's usobuki. Yeah, usobuki. And it's the smallest of characters representing the meaninglessness. Fucking say that 3 times quickly, like. Meaninglessness of the human condition in its impotent apex. Whatever the fuck that means, like. Impotent apex. It sounds like somebody needs some blue pills. Shame. PEINTEINGU. Can you really call yourself a man if you need the brew stuff to make you stiff? Methinks not. He's half Japanese but got 99% of the Irish DNA. Half pig! How dare you, Griffu! How dare you! Yeah, I know what an apex is, but what's it like? What's an impotent apex? An apex of what? It's the context that I'm. The impotent apex. In its impotent apex. The smallest of the characters representing the meaningless of the human condition in its impotent apex. Is that the mask's impotent apex? Or is it the human condition's impotent apex? I'm confused. But I kind of get what the mask means. It's kind of like this bit here is cool. Its eyes look surprised, but it is unable to scream or roar. It can only whistle, discreetly, cowardly, inconsequentially. So it's like, from what I heard, like, Japan has this, like, you know, not cultural, they have a history, because of the islands that they live on, of, like, having to rebuild their villages, like, over and over again, because of earthquakes and volcanoes and shit. So, like, that kind of makes sense, where they would theatrically, they would metaphorically represent the idea of the human condition being meaningless, because it's like you could create such beautiful art, such beautiful music, you could create beautiful children, you could, like, you know, become all these amazing things by the age of like 30 or something, and then an earthquake hits and like annihilates you and your whole village. Like, I kind of understand. I'm guessing that's where they're coming from, you know. I could be wrong, obviously. Obviously. Painting goo goo goo. Alright, give me some of these browns. Needs to be brighter. Needs to be brighter. Paint, paint! Das ist gut, ja. Das ist gut. This rusty bitch. On the sandy beach. I don't want it to blend in too much, like, so I kind of want to pick like an original color, like trying to imagine what the thing's original color was. Like most boats are fucking white, like, do you know what I mean? Because it just makes sense. Or they're like gunmetal grey or some shit, like, you know. Obviously you get like your smaller boats, like instead of not ships but boats that are like, you know, personal things that could be all shapes, sizes, colours and stuff. Then there's racing things and they tend to be brighter colours. But most boats are just like white or grey, you know, so they stand the fuck out. Like, it'd be a bit fucking shit if you like obviously, like if you're trying to be clandestine about things, it'd be nice to have like a black boat. Like, does it come in black? Like, I'd probably do that. Like if I was gonna pull a Conor McGregor and get a yacht, I'd be like, I want a black one. Like, or fucking I want an ultramarine one, like just blend right in. Like, oh. Oh fuck. Painting goo goo. Goo goo goo. Doo doo doo. I'm gonna try and get that like scratch. You know, I'm gonna like distress the fuck out. Painting goo goo. Jeremy says goof. I like Goofy. Good movie. The culminating point of meaningless existences. It's like, sorry, I don't believe in boats. It's like, it's gone from birds are fake to like boats are fake. It's like, sorry, I don't believe in boats. They're all ships to me. Sorry, I don't believe in boats. Oh. Painting Goo Goo. Painting Goo Goo. Painting Goo Goo. Maybe I should make it yellow and turn it into a submarine and be like, see? This is where those faggots crashed. Oh, the glorious light of heaven is shining brightly upon Paintingu this fine day. The glare is intenso. Paintingu. This needs to be more orange. There we go, yes. Almost a burnt sienna. Almost. Like that guy from Apocalypto. Olak. What a dickhead. Might go back in with the grey, actually. Get some highlights and stuff. Still haven't decided what colour the boat was originally. Maybe that'd help. That's not how we do things here on PEINTEINGU. I do not think. I simply goo. PEINTEINGU. 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 It's not blending in as much as I thought it would. Excellent. This is a good signer. Just strap some yarrow in there. Give it some... I did not mean to squirt that much. Shit. That's why people think they evolved from bears, but actually come from woolen mammoths. Defender bear was a defender mammoth all that time without knowing. Imagine about fucking you realised you descended from mammoths. Like, as if the monkey bullshit wasn't bad enough, like. It'd be like. At least with the monkeys, you can look at the monkeys and you'd be like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. Like, they're kind of similar. Like, there once was a time where we looked like this, and then you look at a mammoth and you're like, alright, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Oh my god, speaking Japu has literally made me, like, dyslexic. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Some of my ancestors are probably really ugly. But mammoths? Come now. Surely not. PEINTEINGU goo 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 goo. So far, so good. The glare! I cannot see anything. The goggles, they do nothing. I'm just gonna think of that every time now. God damn you, Stabaru-sama. Anytime, anything to, like, anything at all to do with the eyes, I'm just gonna be like, the goggles! They do nothing! I don't think I've gotten this much video game FOMO in a long time. In a wrong time. But watching everybody play Space Marine and Space Marine 2's PvP and like saying how good it is and shit, like I'm just like, fuck! I'm gonna paint my ass off, make a dick load of money. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting the room. Goo 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 goo. Doo 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 doo. Oh, glorious! Painting. Goo 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 goo. Ah, Dick Fordu, welcome to Paintingu. A conspiracy I like a lot is that pirates actually won over governments. That why everything's so corrupted. Ah, indeed. When you rock into East India Company and all that British shit in the Caribbean Isles and some gravy drops in some esoteric knowledge, truth drops in Pirates of Caribbean. Disney movies. It's the same with World War II. We got told that, like, oh, these guys won, the good guys won, and now everything's like this and all, like, blah, blah, like, it's very similar. We've been, what's that song by Tesseract? They only came out with it a while ago, and, like, the first couple of lines, isn't it, is like, I've been sold a lie. A demon in disguise. I think that's why so many people have returned to Christianity. Like, I get it. It's not for me, personally, but, like, I get it, you know? You're scared. Like, oh, hell, save me, Jesus! It's like, save yourself. Isn't that what Jesus would have told you to do? Like, I would piss myself laughing. You have all these Christians waiting for Jesus to come back, and then Jesus comes back and goes, do it yourself, and just leaves. Like, my children, I have come to remind you to do it yourself. Zoocosis? What's zoocosis? People saying that the proof is because everything has a marine vocab. Yeah, like the Admiralty law and the law of the land and stuff, and how court systems are set up and shit. There's loads of truth there. There's loads of esoteric knowledge there. Definitely. Painting goo. I just like I like discussing and sleuthing over really interesting shit, like, you know? And typically, when you come to something and you're like, oh, this is very interesting. This particular perspective on this, you know, mainstream narrative is slightly different. And then you start talking about it, and they're like, don't you ever speak of such things, you heretical, blaspheming, racist bigot. And you're like, dude, what the fuck, like? It tends to tell you that there's a reason that, you know, they don't want you to... There's a reason they don't want you to talk about it. And it's usually something to do with sin. Just saying! It's a bit too red. If I use it like that, it's not though. Yes. I'm liking the texture. Yes. Excellent. PEINTEINGU, goo 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 goo. PEINTEINGU, goo 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 goo. Or maybe the government is just a bunch of pirates themselves parading in sheep's clothing. Yeah, that's basically it. What was it I heard earlier on, actually? Look up the Fabian group, or the Fabian Society. I think this is the one. Your man, Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin, he was talking to some Jewish fella. Their insignia is, like, literally a fucking wolf in sheep's clothing. Like, no joke. Like... Don't know who Tesseract is. Look them up, they're really good. You like metal. They're really, they're like a progressive gent. Really cool. First laws about cars were about ships sailing on land. Yeah, that's hilarious. Even the whole driving thing versus traveling. You know, you drive cattle. You know, you don't, like, if you're just a citizen traveling, you're not driving. You know, driving is like a farming term. Like, that's why I love wordplay. Like, like, in a nutshell is why I love wordplay, because when you start looking at what all the words actually mean and where they come from and how they're used and why and all this shit, like, that, like, there's so many different ways to approach the realization that the mainstream narrative that we've been sold, typically in the West anyway, I can't speak for other countries, like, you know, but, like, it's all bullshit. It's all, we're the good guys, we won World War II, the bad guys lost. There was this really bad dude called Hitler, you know, like, fucking, and then they briefly skim over, like, Egyptian history and Roman history, and, like, you know, even with us, with our, like, as the Irish in our history, they're like, oh yeah, we have some cool myths, and, like, there's this guy that killed a dog with a fucking hurl and a slitter. Like, it's all just kind of really, like, skimmed over, and they leave out all the vast amount of, like, power grabs and land grabs and slavery and fucking, you know, shifting of, like, power around the realm as a result of, like, you know, stuff like the Silk Road and, like, shit. Like, it's all fascinating stuff, like, that explains really succinctly and, like, fairly easy to comprehend that, like, not only is history written and portrayed by the victors, the victor seemingly in this scenario was a bunch of lying wankers, you know, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. I mean, you could make the argument that growing up in this era where there's, like, so much deception and lies and all this crap, that, like, if you learn how to exist on a high level in this time, it says something about you, you know, that you're able to, like, well, obviously it depends on how you do it, because that's why there's a shit ton of people in the mainstream who have sold out and, like, been shills and, like, degenerates and all this fucking shit because it's easy, you know. But doing it the hard way, it's just like playing a video game, you know, a good video game anyway. Typically doing stuff on hard mode has, like, it's has a reward, like, you know. But don't get me wrong though, I mean, like, doing life in kind of a, for lack of a better term, truther way um, it can be extremely stressful. Because a lot, like, sometimes you can feel like you're just utterly surrounded by, like, it's like that song, you got fucking clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, here I am stuck in the middle with you. Like, you know, it's like, it can totally feel like you're just surrounded by fucking retards, like, which to a degree is basically what's happening, you know, these days anyway. A lot of adults, no matter the country, no matter the creed, race or religion, like a lot of people who are alive right now seemingly are like just barely functioning retards. Which is funny, you know? Like, if you don't find it funny, it's gonna drive you insane. Right, well, we pretty much have our shipwreck. We'll make it more detailed. Put some stuff on it. They say that, and then they turn around and eat the babies. Yeah, like, that's true. Like, you know, if you have the power, you can do whatever you want. But, like, only temporarily. You know? Like, like, when you do look into history, and, like, even when you look at, like, recent history, or even your everyday life, you know, there's loads of examples of, if you guys can hear my stomach growling, I apologize. There's loads of examples of, like, people, like, look at Puff Daddy right now, or P Diddy, whatever his fucking name is. We're seeing a lot of that lately, where, like, if you fuck around, you do find out. And, like, sure, you'll have years of people being like, oh, how can he still get away with this? Like, they can't keep getting away with this. Like, these things are horrible, and these people are doing horrible things, and, like, something needs to be done about it, and all this shit. Like, one thing that I've noticed big style in the last few years, last, like, 7 odd years, is, like, there's this massive latency, or, like, a lag between when stuff actually happens, and then when society reacts to it, and then when society starts talking about what should be done, and then when society actually does something about it. And I find it very comparable, almost like the same as, like, in my personal life anyway, with my teeth. I didn't start looking after my teeth until the pain, like the throbbing, like, just unbelievable nerve pain. I had my mandible nerve was lighting up, and apart, like, I had dentists looking at me being like, oh, that's bad. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and it was fucking horribly painful. Like, the pain and the shame, I said this on a previous stream, the pain and the shame is what made me, like, do something. So it's like, you have all these people bitching and moaning about problems in the world or society all the time, but only a small section of the population actually does anything about any of the stuff. And there's always, like, it's usually like a generation, it's usually like 10 or 20 years. Now, we might be entering a period of time now, because, like, things are very fast these days, you know, every fucking week there's, like, some new thing. So we might be entering a time period where, like, our society could, like, drastically change in a short period of time, which could be great for people like us who are, like, you know, open-minded and rational and not complete cunts. and have some center of like morality and shit. Like, but for a lot of people, it's gonna send them off the wall. It's gonna make them insane because they're not gonna know how to react to their rapidly changing environment. Like, you know, because they don't have a good foundation. I find it all fascinating and hilarious. Defender, your hanging with bears with stunts was great. Thanks, man. I love talking to Stuntman. I love that nigga. He's one of my niggas. And you know me, man. Like, I could shite on for hours about loads of stuff. I want to be Dean Winchester when I grow up. It would be cool to have a title, you know? But it doesn't mean nothing. You know? Titles don't mean shit. Like, it's just a title. Like, even if you had a baby and you called it Satan. Like, Mazel Tov, it's a boy. What are you gonna call him? Satan! Satan Goodman. Like, it's like if you call a baby Adolf now, people are like, oof, can't call Adolf. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's like, why though? It's just a name. If he engages in the same behavior, sure, but like, and that's the thing, is like, that's how like an aggregor works and like human consciousness in a group works and stuff. It's like people saying stuff like that is what makes shit like that happen, you know? People being like, you know, oh, you can't call him Hitler. What if he grows up to be another Hitler? Like, you know, well, he will grow up to be another Hitler if I call him Hitler. Yeah, but you know what I mean though. Like, it's like and I am the type that like, if I had a bit of fuck you money and like my own land and shit, like I wouldn't like, I'd name one of my kids Hitler just for the crack. Like, I'd try to. The female, I'd be like, it's not happening. Like, you know, try to sneak it in the middle name or some shit like. PEINTEINGU. People would be like, how could you do such a thing? Name a child Hitler or Adolf or whatever. It was like, he was a great man, you know? Commanded many forces. Had a lot of loyalty. Great fashion sense. Decent painter. I mean, like, credit where credit is due, like, I mean, like, people just freak out, like, it's like, how could you say such things? You evil, evil man. People these days are just weak, man. It's hilarious to me, like, it's like I was talking recently about, like, you know, the COVID stuff and the masks and all, like people are just fucking weak, man. And I really didn't think that was the case, like. I didn't think most people were that weak, but seemingly they are. It's a bit mad. Like, even the people in my life, my personal life, that I thought were like, you know, rebellious and tough, you know, to a degree anyway. Nope. Not really. The couple of years of COVID was like really eye-opening for like so many reasons. And that was one of them. You got to have a good look around you and be like, oh, so you're all cowards. Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, I might be a dickhead sometimes, but at least I have a set of balls on me, like. What's his ass? An advertisement! Jesus, it's been an hour already. You serious? Right, where's my tunes? The coppers heard you straight. Yeah, did you guys hear the fucking... It's hilarious living beside a main road. You hear all sorts of shit. Oh, wait till you hear this, right? So, when we had that bear meetup on Sunday, which was great, it was really cool. Bravey's probably going to put up the video on Instagram or some shit. It was awesome. There was only a few of us, but like it was still a really good experience. After it, the female and I, she wanted to grab like pub food, you know. She was like, I'd love like a carvery or a bit of pub food or something before we go home. I was like, yeah, cool. And we drove to this place and we walk in and it looked like a really nice place. And your one at the bar was like, oh, sorry. We were like, table for two, please. You know, and they were, she goes like, oh, I'm really sorry. We're completely booked out. There was a funeral on. It was packed, like, you know. I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, that's cool. We'll find somewhere else. Like, you know, we drove like 15 minutes away and found another pub. And there was a funeral on in that one as well. And like when we were driving past the second one, there was loads of people standing outside. I was like, oh no, it was actually before we came up to it. I was like, what's the chances that like we get to the next place and there's a fucking funeral going on in this one as well? Like, and she was like, that would be so funny. And as we were pulling up, you just see a load of people like who were like well dressed, but like, you know, in dark colors and stuff. Like a lot of people wearing black and shit. And the two of us are looking at each other, being like, no way. Are you serious? Oh, it's gas. Like, where did we end up going? Oh no, we ended up finding a place. We found a place called the White House. I just thought that was so funny. She was like, oh, there's a place called the White House. I was like, are you serious? It's just called the White House? Like, lovely place, really nice food, you know, and like decently priced, like, you know, like really good prices. Like, it's fucking gas. Like when we were passing the second one, we seen all the people. It's just like, are you fucking serious? 2 funerals in the space of 15 minutes, like 2 pubs like full of fucking, like, at the same time of day and all. Like, oh, that's mad. Like, so much fucking funny. Like, oh, so funny. Like, shit like that just gets me. Like, it's fucking brilliant. Who loved meth? P. Diddy. P. Diddy loved meth. Then you name your second Obama to redeem your name, but people don't get it. These are my twin boys, Hitler and Jesus. Adolf and Jesus. like fucking Michael and Paul, but you spell it P-O-L. PEINTEINGU. We're switching realities, don't get left behind in the old world. Yeah, that's what it feels like, isn't it? Oh, guys. Oh. Yeah, keep your wits about you, you know? The times, they are a-changing. That's why I like being in the bear community so much, though. And for those of you listening who are like, which bear community? Not the gay one. That makes me laugh every time that, like, that's a thing. That people are like, the bear community? Like, what, you're bears? You all call each other bears? Are you like fucking, are you gay? And it's like, no. Like, what the fuck? That's how bad things have gotten, that, like, a fucking, like, awesome animal has a... Like, nobody thinks that about wolves. Like, wolves have a negative connotation, like, you know, but they don't have a fucking, like... Of all the animals to have a fucking gay connotation, fucking bears. Like, that's how you know you're living in an inverted time. Where, like, degenerate losers would be like, what, you mean, like, gays? Like... You wouldn't have got that in the 90s, like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like, I'm part of a group called the Bears, and, like, the first thing you'd think of is, like, dudes in leather jackets with, like, a bear on the back of it or something. Like, these days, there's so many fucking porn-addicted retards that are just like, what do you mean, like, fags, like? Fuck's sake. It's not orange enough. I think that's the Pebio stuff. Where's my orange shit? some orange. No, Hitler. Oh right, yeah. I know, yeah. Yeah, there's that clip of him. He's like, what event is he watching? And he's like sitting there like rubbing his knee and shit. Like, ja, sehr gut, ja, Goebbels. It's like, what did he call that nigga in fucking in Inglourious Bastards? He called him my love or my dear. This is your greatest work, my dear. Meine Liebe. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that's like a colloquial thing as well in Germany, like, you know. Jetzt, meine Lieben, wir machen ein Malerei. One day that will happen, you know. I just need the money to buy myself a Nazi uniform. And instead of PEINTEINGU, it'll be like... fucking... what we call it, like... Painting mit Herrschlang? I don't know. Like, just try and think of a fucking hilarious German, like a parody German name. Herr Malerei would be pretty funny because it sounds like Mallory, but it actually means, like, apparently, from what I remember, Malerei is painting auf Deutsch. So that would be kind of a funny play on words. Herr Malerei! Like, it's fucking... I'd need a monocle and like, and I mean like proper like Gestapo, like SS uniform with the epaulettes and the hat and the fucking the swastika armband and all, like, and instead of like welcome to PEINTEINGU, it'd be like I can't even do it without that. Wie geht's, mein Lieben? Jetzt! In jeden Tag! Wir machen ein Malerei! You know, like, that'd be so funny. Fucking hilarious. Painting goo goo goo, painting goo goo goo, painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo, painting goo goo goo. Check out this shipwreck. Pay for PEINTEINGU if you have any honor. Click the link in the description. You are witnessing beauty formed in front of you. Is the Irish White House pub where all the statements are made these days. Never mind, if they were, it would be a great piss take, not piss pants take. It'd be so funny if the White House restaurant that I went to was actually the original White House. I'm a big Riddick fan. I'm into furries. That sentence doesn't even... What? I'm a big Riddick fan. I'm into furries. Why is that a quote? Who said that shit? What the fuck? Oh, that's hilarious. Oven goo. Yeah, that'd be funny. You can AliExpress that shit. Yeah, I know. I was just like, I'd want like a couple of €100 to like buy a decent one. Like, it'd be so funny. Like, Malen mit Jesus, Verteidiger painting with Defender Bear. That third word is real hard to say. Malen mit Verteidiger. Chris Chan. Oh right. Oh yeah, I heard about Chris Chan. I only heard about Chris Chan like a few weeks ago. Asmongold was watching the him getting arrested or something. Like, real funny, real fucking funny. Like, I'm glad that I'm not like aware. Like I'm not in those circles of entertainment. You know, especially on the internet where like all these people are like, oh, you know, this like, you know, fucking degenerate hermit fucktard like Chris Chan. What an absolute mess of a person. Like, fucking thinks he's interdimensionally married to fucking was it this thing he made up where it's like it's a mix between Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu called Sonichu. Like, lunatic, absolute lunatic. Allegedly sexually assaulted his own mother. Allegedly. So take that for what you will. Disgusting human being. Looks like one too. It's funny, isn't it, how like how like there's one for you, right? All the stuff we were told growing up. Everything from Santa Claus to the fucking, you know, globe, all of it, right? And what was the other thing? What was a very common thing we were all told? Don't judge a book by its cover, you know, because you don't know the content of the book. The content of the book may even wholly contradict the cover, which wouldn't make any sense to me. But anyway, it's incredibly convenient for monsters, isn't it? How convenient for a wolf in sheep's clothing to raise you with the notion that don't judge a book by its cover, you know? Now, I know you could say the same. It's like, oh, it looks like sheep, but it's actually a wolf. But typically, wolves in sheep's clothing are actually really easy to spot, you know? They stand out to fuck because it's a wolf trying to be a sheep, you know? Like, stuff like that I just find hilarious, like. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Right. Do some stuff hanging off this thing and all. Get some raw sienna going here. We need more yarrow. Not raw sienna. What am I thinking of? Ochre. Yellow ochre. That's what I'm thinking of. Painting goo goo goo. Do 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 do. I personally don't think things change or forgive others. Yeah, I get that, yeah. I'd be like that now, probably, like, you know, fucking... Not that things don't change. Things change all the time. And, like, some people do change. But, like... I do kind of agree with what you're saying. Like, you know, the mentality of, like... Don't be naive and gullible. Which is hard to do when, like... You're just a good person. You know? Try to take people on face value and, like, be trusting and, like, all this shit. And you just get bent over a barrel and fucked with a cactus. Like, it sucks. But then you're left with the argument of, like, you know, well, like, do you stop trusting people? Do you stop being a nice, good person and all these things? And it's like, no, you just become more resilient, you know? It is important to become anti-fragile. The way I try to see things now is like... It's meant to be difficult. You're meant to try and figure these things out. And... There's a reason for all of it. There's a reason, like, you know, like that's why I like the alchemical view on things, where, like, you know, you need the dark just as much as you need the light. You need evil people. You need bad guys. We all love really good bad guys. Like, everybody loves Darth Vader. You need good bad guys. It's funny, isn't it? You need good bad guys. You need people who are really good at being bad. What does that even mean? Like, you know? It's just used or be used, no forgiveness, just usefulness. Oh, Macy, that's very pessimistic, you know. You're not wrong, you know what I mean? Like, I get where you're coming from, but, like, I try to, like I was saying, I try to have an attitude where, like, acknowledge, just act accordingly. I like this. There's this guy that I used to watch a lot. I haven't really seen any of his stuff lately. But your man Wranglestar, he fucking crushes. He's got some excellent knowledge and skills. Act accordingly, you know. Because if you go in with the mentality that it's like, oh, it's just use or be used and all, like, you know, and then you behave like that, then you're only going to attract more of that energy. typically, you know. So it's important to like remain steadfast in your positivity. There's always something to complain about, like, do you know what I mean? You could always complain about something, but... And believe you me, I do my fair fucking share of bitching. I am not immune to be like, this fucking sucks, you know, but... They are temporary lapses. Yeah, good. Yeah, you know how it is, and I'm like that. I don't like. It's funny because I pretend to be a Japanese demigod on the internet, but like anybody who meets me in real life or interacts with me a lot over the internet or whatever, I just have no time for bullshit, like, you know. And I think that's why I have an incredible capacity for like bullshit, you know, like. Like, in a different context, like, do you know what I mean? Somebody described me before as being I'm really good at being silly, and that's like an important trait to have, especially with being a father, which I found quite. That was like a nice compliment. I was like, because like typically you'd think that, like, you know, still being childlike and like playful and stuff. You know, you get to a point where you're like, all right, it's time to be a man now. You know, you're gonna be a terrible father or whatever. Like, if you still have that kind of energy, but it's actually quite the contrary. The fact that I have that ability to be like, it's okay, sure, like, you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, I have this like playful, adaptive, impulsive, you know, way of thinking. It's like is actually suited to being able to handle the energy of children. But then I still have the dad voice, you know. Put that down, you know, like. There's a part of me that's like, fuck it, like always thinking about that, like, because of how my dad was with me. Like, I'm gonna be like, how on the scale of like tough dad should I be and shit, like, because you don't want to be a pussy, but at the same time, you don't want to be a tyrant, you know. It's so fun to watch German advocating for ecology and wildlife while boycotting nuclear and using coal for their grid. Oh, gross. Painting goo goo. Sure, we've something similar here, where our government is after making it illegal to burn what we call turf here. It's peat moss, or like bog dirt, bog muck. It's great for like keeping your house warm and fucking like you burn it, like, you know, it's a fuel source. And they're after making it illegal to do it, but they're importing it. So the country that, like, one of the countries, like Ireland, is like renowned for how many bogs we have. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like crazy, like, you know. It's very similar to the famine. Everybody thinks that, like, the potato famine in Ireland was like because of some sort of blight that attacked the potatoes and made them, like, you know, inedible. From what I've heard, that's not the case. They were just shipping all the potatoes. They were just exporting them all, so there was none left for us. Because they were making a dickload of money off it, and like it's the same. Like it's fundamentally the same thing. Where they're like, we'll be in line with our climate agenda and make a dickload of money if we make it illegal to produce on our own island the thing that we're going to import. Like it's a really, like, it's an intensely frustrating and fury-inducing thing to come to the realization of, that like the people who are in control of the big systems of the place that you live in are essentially like psychopaths, like, you know, who couldn't give a flying fuck whether it makes sense, whether it's rational, whether it's good for the people. They don't give a bollocks. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, like. Like, these fuckers make decisions that if somebody, like if I was in charge and somebody put that idea forward to me, I'd be tempted to flog them in the streets. Just for even suggesting that we make it illegal to essentially, like, farm it or mine it ourselves. So your citizenry are now criminals if they burn their own turf. But like we're gonna import it. Like it's like an intense level of Satanism or fucking malevolence, like whatever title you want to put on it, like evil, you know, inversion, perversion. It's all the same fucking thing, really. Painting. Look at that for a shipwreck. She's gorgeous. Yeah, like, yeah, most workplaces are like that. It's like, our HR department is, like, you know, very comprehensive, and we've taken all of these safety precautions and all this stuff and blah blah, but it's like, but we're only giving you a 3-month contract, and like we're going to tell you that, like, you know, after like a month into the contract we're going to tell you, oh yeah, no, you're a really good worker, we like you and all, like, yo, we'll extend your contract, and then like they don't, like, literally lie to your face, like it's fucking, like, some of the shit I've heard going on in my female's job and stuff like that. It's exactly the same, where like an issue is raised time and time again, and essentially they're like, yeah, what do you want us to do about it? Like, deal with it, like, and it's like, what the fuck, like. The whole Scrooge McDuck story is exactly how you can get rich nowadays. Greedy leprechauns trying to keep warm in the cold. How dare they? Oh, it's crazy, man. And you see when the fucking British government, like, essentially turned around to their people and were like, it's with the gas prices and stuff at the time. I think it was because that Nord Stream pipeline thing fucking went awry or whatever. There was like a few, I think it might have been last winter, but a few winters ago, there was like this crisis of like how to heat your home, and it was too expensive and all this shit. And they were literally told, because the COVID thing was going on at the same time, they were told to make sure that your grandmother or your grandfather is wrapped up nice and warm, but beside an open window in winter in Britain. Like, oh, like a lot of the shit that you see the last like big style the last like 10 years, a lot of the shit you see in the news or whatever like that, like as far as I'm concerned, its main purpose is to infuriate you or scare you, because that's how they got me. Like, I was never really like scared of anything. I got really annoyed at shit. A lot of rage. Like, not just anger, I mean like full on fucking rage, where like I would like want in a given moment to just be like, why can't we just like French Revolution the fuck out of these people? Like, what the fuck? Like, why are these people in charge? Who put these people in charge? Like, and then you get like, it's like, yeah, well, you voted for them. You want to bet? I mean, like, some of the amount of things like that I heard growing up. There was this thing called the Lisbon Treaty. So basically the Irish government turned around to its people. Like our government were like, we need you to vote on this Lisbon Treaty thing. And we all like unanimously nearly like voted no, alright? And then they were like, vote again. It's like, hold on, I thought this was supposed to be a democracy. Yeah, we just call it a democracy. What it actually means is we're all demons and it's crazy. But like, nah, nigga, vote again. Why do we need to vote again? Because you voted wrong. Vote again. Like, yeah, if they can keep you, I've said it before, like, that's basically how this all works. And I think that's one of the reasons why I typically now have such a, like, a blasé, calm demeanor to all of this, is like, at least compared to what I used to be. But it's like, if it's this is one of the things that I like took that I really learned from watching Owen Benjamin, was like, if you have an emotional reaction to something in a moment, then that is the more than likely the purpose of that thing. So if you read an article in the paper, or if you watch a video on YouTube, or you see something on the news and you're scared, or you're furious, or you're horny, then that was the purpose of what you just the media you just consumed. It wasn't actually the content of the media that they wanted to, you know, whatever, like, you know, like sometimes it's a double whammy. They're trying to sell you something, but at the same time they're trying to get you hungry, horny, scared, angry, feeling lonely. And then they can get you from lonely to horny, like they're just like constantly trying to like figure out how they can get in. And once they're in, they're in. Oh yeah, you gotta give them credit where credit is due, in the sense that like this, like, realizing the trick, you know, seeing behind the curtain, and realizing that big, you know, the illusion, this spectacle that you were scared of, or like inspired by, or fucking, you know, made you horny or made you angry, or any of these things, like, and then you see what it really is. It's almost like it starts its entire, like, you know, loop again, because like you see it for what it is, and a lot of the time it's so profoundly like I laugh a lot, so I suppose like I'm naturally resilient Because I'll see something that is just like off the wall crazy, and I'll just be like, ha, no way, really? You know, like, and then it's funny though, because sometimes like my initial reaction is to be like, haha, yeah, okay, and then I get angry, you know, because I start to think about the implications of it, like, and I'm like, hold on a minute, like, they're trying to do what now? And that's when I start to get really pissed off, because I do have a defender mentality. Like, I do have a, like, you know, if something is going to affect negatively the people that I care about, I'm like, no, fuck you, like, you know. But there is that thing of, like, you know, like, can you actually, like, what can you do, you know? What power do you actually wield? And, like, the reality is the only power you wield is the power in your own life, in your own circle, you know? And then beyond that, it's like your community. You have no control over these vast, overbearing systems that have been around for at least 200-300 years now. And if you're talking, like, you know, like really esoterically, like, these shadow manipulators could possibly have been around for thousands of years. If you think about it logically, you know, if this is how the realm works, if this is how existence works, then it's always been a version of this. Like Orunk said, you know, or it's like, it's never changes, it's always the same. It's just cycles and patterns. And what life is really about is copying on to what cycle or pattern you're currently in, assessing your surroundings and the situation, and then acting accordingly, and being able to efficiently being able to efficiently navigate your existence, you know, which is essentially what life is like for everything, like every creature, like, do you know what I mean? Like every animal has to, like, be like, okay, I need food, you know, so they have to figure out how to get food. But the way we're brought up is like, okay, I don't have to worry about shelter, I don't have to worry about food, I don't have to worry about these things. All I have to worry about is money, you know? And that's one of the things that's, like, fucked us up as a species, is, like, being, you know, like, holding up the coin in front of you and being like, this is what you need to, you know, this is what's important, because without this, you have nothing. And what is it? It's like paper with symbols on it, you know? It's like, what the fuck? The meaning of life is to give life meaning. I get where you're coming from, like that it could be kind of subjective. What life means is what life means to you. Yeah, I'm more like, I agree with Orunk. It's more like there is a singular truth to existence. And that has been obfuscated because the obfuscation of that truth creates the opportunity for a fuckload of power. Like, it's like the ultimate monopoly, if you can, like, hide truth, you know. I think from what I've experienced so far, I think the meaning of life is that it is a lesson. I think life is actually just a step in something else. I think we've been lied to about death as well, and what death is and all, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think this existence that we're currently experiencing is simply a process in a grander process. Like, it's like it's like, you know, level 1 out of 20 in the whole video game or whatever. It is a milestone to be reached, and depending on how you behave in this life affects the next one, you know. And I don't even think that means, like, I think you could be a fucking murdering psychopath, a baby-eating demon here, but then there's still some sort of, like, filtering process that when you go to the next place, it's like, okay, because you were, like, so negatively polarized in that realm, you now need to go through all of this to, like, if you're gonna make it, And I think that's what samsara is. It's like, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you keep coming back. You know? So that's what I've heard anyway. Okay, we've got some floaties, some rope. What else? I'm gonna put some greenery on this bitch now. Get some moss on there and shit. Painting goo 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 goo. I probably should have eaten before the stream. My stomach is like talking to me in various languages. Oh, glorious. Painting goo 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 goo. I think we all get sick because we don't know what to do. Yeah. I think, like... It's a real primal thing, isn't it? Like, the fear of the unknown, and that can like... manifest in, like, different ways. I think, like, one of the, like, fundamentally one of the most important things to, like, maintain or have in your life is just a sense of calm, you know, which allows you to just make better decisions. Like, most adults, like, most fully grown adults, like, with a job and kids and everything, like, don't have discipline over their emotions, and that itself can fucking cause all sorts of issues, like. Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to generate their own joy. That's a good point. I'm kind of lucky like that. Like I've never had an issue with that. Like when I was a kid and all sorts. Like I've always been able to generate my own joy. Like whether it be drawing or like sure, I love video games and stuff. But I was always generally quite good at that. And yeah, a lot of people don't seem to. I'm telling you, like that fucking thing, know thyself, so important. So important. So important to know thyself. It really is, like. Know yourself intimately. Not in a gay way. Not too intimately. Boom, boom, boom. She's beautiful. Remember to smash that like button like it has inserted your ancestors. And if you have any honor, you will pay for PEINTEINGU. Link in description. Oh, gross. Okay. I want to put something up here. We'll just pick something random as fuck and put it on the cliff. Because I'm going to put twat on the bow. Because there was supposed to be a question. So we have a sheer cliff, a shipwreck, and a question. Or what was it? Ugly? Yeah, ugly question. That's like one of the strangest pulls from the hat. You got sheer ugly question. So I'm gonna put twat question mark. So that gives us our question. It's kind of an ugly shipwreck, but you could argue it's kind of beautiful because I am a PEINTEINGU demigod. Part of me just wants to put a monkey on the fucking. I'm really fond of just randomly placing monkeys and things. Oh, I remember. Wasn't I supposed to do a seagull shitting on something? Didn't you say that, Macy? Yeah, it's way easier to just consume than deal with your issues. Yeah, I still got some of that because I'm a 90s kid. I played outside with other kids till dark and then came back like. Yeah, I wouldn't take pills from doctors for anything. Ever. Yeah, wasn't it supposed to say twat on the side of the boat? Yeah. Shitting seagull, twat, jaws, monkey. Right, I'll put the seagull. I'll put the seagull here. And I'll put shitting on the boat. Yeah, I'll put him like here. I'm shitting on the bow. I don't know if I'll be able to put jaws in. Cause like fitting it in there somewhere. Like there's a lot going on here. Although, I suppose I could put the monkey here holding a shark. Like, we'll see what happens. Okay, that was going to be the seagull, but now it's just going to be waves. I'll do the seagull now. Okay, so it'd be fairly small. Why would they measure from the dorsal to the tail? Aren't you still missing, like, arguably 1.5 feet because of the head? Or more? Isn't the dorsal fin, like, a bit back from the, like, seems a bit odd. Like, don't get me wrong, it gives you, like, a fair estimate as to how big the fucker is, but, like, that's not an accurate measurement of a shark. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, it's just like practicality. Makes sense, I suppose, but like the autistic side of me is like, that is not accurate. Painting. The monkey could be fishing a shark out of the water. Ah, sharks. Those lovable fat spotted fucks. Shark fin soup. I've heard shark is okay. I've had swordfish. That's about it. We might need an airship in that clear blue sky. Perhaps. Perhaps so. Painting Goo Goo. Painting Goo Goo. Alright, you happy, Macy? We now have a seagull shitting on it. Right. Painting Goo Goo. I need a exceedingly accurate bitch. And I don't have any right now. Where's my... Oh, I do actually. Where's my thin bitch? Where's the skinny bitch? Where is it? There we go. Shut your face! This is not the place for advertisements. How dare you? Right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a time for raving goo. Commence raving goo. Painting Goo Goo. Painting Goo 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 Goo. It's not a charcoal shark. It's half cheetah, half shark, and it's fat. That's why it's called a shark. What painting goo is that in? I can't remember. It's a recent enough one. What was the shark in? I can't fucking remember. Funny looking fucker. Right, okay. Painting Goo Goo. That is not the shade I want. Go grab a nibble, you famished ginger. Yeah, I'm going till 3, or not till 3. I'm going till the 3-hour mark today. I'm sorry. Is my grumbling and gargling very audible? Is it? It's hilarious. Just like, ugh, so hungry, but I must goo. might just use that actually. Be funny if it was shitting and puking simultaneously. You got a thing against sharks? You want the thing to be having a fucking really bad time, like? Cheetah plus shark equals Chark. Mythical creature with a lovable fat face. Put the mic closer to your belly. It'll do ASMR fucking... The rumblings of a Japanese demigod's stomach. What was this? Nothing fills me more with joy. What? Than the fucking... than the seagull? It's one of the things I love about like either being behind on the chat or like not knowing immediately like what somebody's talking about, like it's just, like some of the shit ends up being really funny. Oh. Painting goo goo, painting goo goo, painting goo goo, painting goo goo, go! Paint! Go! Paint! Go! Oh, Jesus! Painting goo goo. I suppose I was about to do a fishing rod and just do a grey one, but it's a monkey, so it gets a banana rod. Banana rod. Banana rod. Hungigu! Yes, indeed. I have a chicken broccoli break to shrake my hunger. Chicken broccoli bake and potatoes. Baked potatoes. With white cheddar cheese. Oh god, I'm torturing myself! God damn it. Painting goo. Goo goo goo. Painting goo. Goo goo goo. Painting goo. Goo goo goo. Goo goo goo. Misunderstandings are half the funny in the chat to host translations. Indeed. I love it. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Right. I could put another monkey on the I could put the shark. I could put the shark on the bottom. Instead of like actually fishing for the shark, he's already caught the shark, and now he's reeling the shark down to get the seagull. I could put another monkey behind him holding his beer. Like, that'd be a cool thing to be. That'd be a funny thing. Like, and then it just says, "Hold my beer." Like, hold my banana. Like, oh, that sounds gay. Like, oh, glorious. I really should have eaten before that. Like, that's like, all I'm doing is digesting. Like, I'm in ketosis right now. And I'm drinking coffee on an empty stomach. I think everything in my stomach is just being fucking annihilated. Oh. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo.
I demand to know what's going on in my house.
Goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Pair of rubber monkeys fishing for seagulls. Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen fucking like monkeys fish? Like no, let me see this. They fish for birds. Yes, with banana rods. Don't ask questions. It's like a turder. What's a turder? Oh. Grim Guts would be a nice heavy metal band name. Yeah. Painting goo, painting goo, painting goo, painting goo, painting goo, painting goo, doo doo doo, doo doo doo. Bob Seegers. Oh, cry. Oh, so much Geppo today. Boo-doo. Painting goo goo. Goo goo. Right. The female is getting ready to reeve. So. Soon I shall end the goo. Do not weep! I just quickly whip, whip, whippity, whoppity, whoop. And then, right, we're gonna have a big. Okay. Right. The monkeys and the shark shall be finished tomorrow. Probably. Right, my beloved Japanites and all you other fierty mortals. This concludes today's episode of Paintingu. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Look at it! A shipwreck and some monkeys dangling a fat shark in an attempt to murder a seagull. How could you not love it? Right. If you have enjoyed today's Paintingu, like, subscribe, and share the Paintingu. And please, if you have any honor, consider paying for Paintingu. I have a very cheap things, and then very expensive things. For you more successful mortals. I know most of you are cheap, pathetic, flirty mortals. That is why Paintingu is free. However, like I said, if you have any honor, you will pay for Paintingu. Link in description. And remember to smash that like button, like it has insulted your ancestors. I shall return. Same timer, same pricer, same high-octane Paintingu energy. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. GMTU. Until then, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I shall see you then. Sayonara! Pay for Paintingu.